all have Goliaths in our life. Basically, a Goliath is something that seems undefeatable or brings immense fear to you. Maybe your Goliath is ending a relationship, starting a new job, or running a marathon. You see, in the Bible, Goliath was a huge soldier from the Philistine army that David killed with a sling and a stone. At that time, while every other soldier and even the king himself was too afraid to fight Goliath, David was brave. And he was brave for one main reason. It says in the Bible that as he was approaching Goliath, David said, "I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and I will strike you down, and I will cut off your head." And how bold is that, right? And you know what? David did just that. So what are 5 ways that you can banish a Goliath that you have in your life? These 5 ways are actually 5 verses so that we can speak truth and confidence over our life to become like David. So we can look our Goliath in the eye and say, you know what? Today is the day that I will defeat you and I will come out on top. So verse number 1, Deuteronomy 31:8. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. You see, God is always in your corner and he's always present. And when he's present, which he always is, you will win. 1 Timothy 1 verse 7, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. You see, fear doesn't come from God. Instead, he provides you with power and love, which will always conquer fear. Isaiah 43:1, don't fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. You are already accepted into God's family and God's army. And God has already redeemed you of anything you have done or will do. 1 John 4:18, perfect love casts out all fear. The number one thing that will defeat fear is love from God, which he will provide in abundance to you. And then Psalm 18 verse 2, the Lord is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer. You see, with God, you always have a stable ground to stand on, and you will never be shaken. So, ladies, your challenge this week is to look your Goliath in the eye and speak these 5 sources of truth over yourself, because these sources of truth come from the only main source of truth, which is the Bible. I'm also going to supply these 5 verses into an easy, free, downloadable PDF, so you can save it on your phone or print it out for whenever you need to speak these over your life. But just remember, Goliath will never conquer you, because truth and God's love will always come out on top.